Hello everyone, we are Group N5 of Eastern Architecture representing Taylor's University, and today we will be presenting our research on the issue of overcrowding tourism in Jalan Tun HS Lee, located at the heart of Kuala Lumpur. Through this research, we examine the causes and impacts of tourist overcrowding and explore strategies to promote a more balanced and sustainable approach to heritage tourism. Here's our agendas for today. Now let's start off with our issue statements.
So for the issue statement, we have observing pedestrian movement. Overcrowding and congestion occurs when the number of people exceeds a public space capacity. This reduces mobility, increases safety concerns, lower user comfort, limit access to amenities, diminishes visitor experience, and places greater pressure on infrastructure and surrounding business. Moving on, we have limited heritage engagement and appreciation. Limited heritage appreciation occurs when visitors focus on recreational or commercial activities instead of places' historical, cultural, or architectural significance. This reduces cultural learning, weakens connection with heritage assets, and may cause the historical identity of the place to be overlooked. Moving on, we have factors: commercialization and vendors concentration. Commercialization is an increasing emphasis on commercial activities within public spaces, driven by tourism and economic demand. While street vendors add vibrancy, they can obstruct pedestrian movement, create visual clutter, compete for public space, and affect the area's intended character. Finally, we have declining heritage tourism management. Heritage tourism potential refers to a historic site ability to attract visitors through its cultural, historical, and architectural significance. When overshadowed by commercial development, inadequate interpretation, or poor visitor management, it reduces cultural appreciation, weakens conservation efforts, and affects the sustainability of tourism development.
Our study examined tourism overcrowding on Jelantun anxiously during peak hour. As the street throng, surging visitor numbers and commercialization create high daily congestion. This causes of discomfort make it difficult for both locals and tourists to genuinely enjoy the corridor. Our research explored how this overcrowding impacts comfort, accessibility, and heritage appreciation. To assess this spatial situation, we used a qualitative approach combining observation, photography, and pedestrian tracking alongside tourist questionnaires. The result proved that overcrowding softly hindered movement, especially along narrow pathways, while reducing the appreciation of heritage architecture. The core driver are spatial hindrances, tourism concentration, structural safety risks, and microclimate stress. To resolve this and ensure long-term sustainability, we recommend improving pedestrian circulation, widening walkway, enhancing shading, and distributing visitors to alternate attraction.
Now, I will explain the qualitative methodology used in our research. We use three qualitative methods to collect data and better understand the visitor experience at Jalan Tun HSL. So, the first method was observing pedestrian movement, which helped us identify crowd density, circulation patterns, congestion hotspots, and accessibility challenges. The second method was questionnaires and surveys, allowing us to gather visitors' opinions, experiences, satisfaction levels, and suggestions for improvement. Finally, we captured photographs during our site visit to document the physical environment, pedestrian behavior, and overcrowding. These visual records supported our observations and analysis. Together, these methods provided the information needed to answer our research questions and develop appropriate recommendations.
For conceptual framework, we have sectioned it out into four parts: four issues and four solutions. Issue number one: improved pedestrian circulation. Solution: widened pedestrian pathway. Issue number two: heritage engagement disruption. Solution: enhanced viewing spaces. Issue number three: Overcrowding contributing factors. Solution: distribute tourist flow. Issue number 4: overcrowding management strategies. Solution: visitor management systems. These would be our 4 research questions that we will be going through in detail. Our first research question examines how tourism overcrowding affects visitor comfort and accessibility along Jalan Tun HS Lee. Based on our observations and literature review, we found that overcrowding creates pedestrian congestion, restricts movement along the 5-foot walkways, and reduces overall visitor comfort. During peak tourism periods, limited walking space make it difficult for visitors to navigate the street and enjoy the heritage environment comfortably. Our second research question explores how tourism overcrowding influences a visitor's engagement with the architectural and the cultural heritage of Jalan Tun HSL. We found that large crowds often block views of heritage buildings and reduce opportunities to appreciate the street's historical and cultural significance. As a result, visitors spend more time navigating through congestion than engaging with the unique heritage features of the area.
For research question 3, we identify the main factors contributing to tourism overcrowding along Jalantun HSD. First, the concentration of popular attraction draws large number of visitors to the same area. Second, visitor numbers increase significantly during peak hours, especially on weekends and public holidays. In addition, the narrow walkways and mixed pedestrian activities further worsen congestion. As a result, the factors reduce accessibility and create an overcrowded environment. For research question 4, we explore strategies to manage tourism overcrowding while preserving the heritage value of Jalanton HSL. The key strategies include improving public spaces, enhancing pedestrian routes, distributing visitors to nearby attractions, and strengthening heritage management. Together, these measures can reduce congestions, improve the visitor experience, and protect the street's cultural identity for future generations.
Moving on to the solutions, based on the findings from our research, we've come up with 4 possible ways to help reduce overcrowding while still protecting the heritage of Jalan Tun HSL. The first solution is to improve pedestrian circulation by creating clearer walking paths and reducing blockages. People can move around more easily. This makes the street safer, less crowded, and more comfortable for both tourists and locals, while also improving the overall visitor experience. The second solution is to improve how visitors experience the heritage. This can be done by creating better viewing areas, adding more information signs, and setting up the heritage zones. These changes encourage visitors to spend more time learning about the history and architecture of Jalan Tun HSL instead of only focusing on shopping or food. The third solution is to spread visitors across different routes and times. Instead of everyone gathering in one area, tourists can be encouraged to visit nearby attractions or come during less busy hours. This helps reduce congestion, improves the flow of people, and creates a better experience for both visitors and the local community. Finally, we suggest using long term visitor management. This includes better crowd management, protecting heritage buildings, and planning tourism in a more sustainable way. By working together, these strategies can reduce overcrowding while keeping Jalantun HSL enjoyable for visitors and preserving its heritage for future generations. To conclude, our research shows that tourism overcrowding has a major impact on Jalantun HSL. It not only makes it harder for people to move around comfortably, but also reduces their ability to fully appreciate the street's history, culture, and unique architecture. Our findings show that the main causes are high numbers of visitors, limited walking space, and a large number of crowds during peak hours. As tourism continues to grow, these issues can become even more serious if they are not properly managed. That's why we believe it's important to focus on long term solutions instead of short term fixes. By improving pedestrian movement, encouraging visitors to explore different routes, and using better visitor management, we can reduce congestion while still protecting the heritage and identity of Jalantun HSL. In the end, the goal is to create a place where both locals and tourists can enjoy the street safely, comfortably, and at the same time appreciate its rich history and cultural value.
Thank you for your time and attention. We hope our research has highlighted the importance of managing tourism in a way that protects the heritage of Jalantun HSL for future generations.
And here are the key references that informed our research. Thank you.